So yeah. Hey professor, this is Sudhanshu Rawat and I'm demonstrating my lab 3 assignment. So we were supposed to do 3 different exercises, starting with the first exercises that was about insurance. So we were supposed to create an insurance class which was supposed to have two variables, the insurance type and the monthly cost with the respective uh, data types, the string for insurance type and the double for the monthly cost. Then moreover, then we have the constructors for both of them, and at the end we are supposed to create the abstract variables, namely set insurance cost and the display info. Getting on to the types of insurance that we have. First we have the health insurance, where we have the insurance class and the constructor for the health insurance. We have the override methods for the set insurance cost and the display info, because like it's gonna vary depending on the user input. And same for the life, we have the insurance class, the constructor and the override methods to display the info, to display the user input at the end. Getting on to the insurance test, the driver class. First is going to ask us for the type of insurance, like one of these, the life or the health. If the user enters the life, it's going to create one life insurance. If the user enters the health, it's going to create one health insurance. And if user enters some wrong spelling or something, it's going to end up saying the invalid insurance type, and it's going to ask us to try again. What it shows is, then it's going to ask us for the to enter the monthly cost, and at the end it displays all the information, the type of insurance and the monthly cost. It's going to display like the insurance information and everything. I will just run the program once. Somewhere like this, which has information, life 200, health 250. So yeah, this is what so yeah, moving on to the exercise 2 of lab 3 assignment. We were supposed to create a game tester program. We have the user gonna enter he's a full-time game tester or a part-time game tester, and depending on that we're gonna calculate his salary. So that's our game tester class, which is multiple, the game tester class with multiple variables and the required data types. The string name, the boolean is full-time and the boolean is part-time. Then we have the constructor for all three of them. And at the end we have a abstract class, because it's going to depend on the it's created because it's going to depend on the user input, how much salary how much salary you're going to get. And we have the full-time game tester class. We have the constructor for it and the override function. Again, we saw that it's going to depend on the user input, what salary he's going to get. Let's say if it's full-time, he's going to get $3,000 every month. And save for the part-time game tester, it's everything same. For part-time game tester, he's going to first ask for the number of hours he has worked, and then on the basis of that he's going to the system going to calculate his salary, the hours worked into $20. And at the end we have the game tester, the driver class, which is going to ask the name of the game tester, then is the tester full-time or part-time, yes, with the yes or no question. If the user asks if the user enters yes, it's going to give the salary depending on the full-time user. And if the user enters something else, it's going to ask the number of hours worked, and it's going to calculate the salary depending on that. I will just run the program. So yeah, let's say I enter shift is full time. No, it's not full time. Let's say he worked 30 hours. Salary is 600, like for the time period, whatever it is. Yeah, that's all. So yeah, this is my exercise 3 of lab 3. First of all, we had the, like, we were supposed to create a system where the user gonna enter the mortgage, and like ask for the mortgage, and like I will explain further what all we are supposed to enter. First, we created a mortgage constraints where we have short term, medium term, and long term. This is the time period the user is taking mortgage for: 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years, and that's the maximum amount the bank can provide. What's the bank? The bank is City Toronto Bank. Getting on to the mortgage class. So we were supposed to create a mortgage class, and with this multiple variables depending and their respective data types. We had the mortgage number with string, the customer name with string, the amount with double, interest rate with double, and the term, which is going to be again int. Why it's int? Because we just have 1 year, 3 year, or 5 years. That's all. Then we have the constructor for all these variables. Like we have constructed all these variables, not for the term because it's kind of fixed term which we're gonna ask. So yeah, if the term is one of these, like the short term, mid term, or the long term, like sorry, if it's not equal, this is not equal. If it's not equal to any of these, it's gonna ask the invalid term and setting to a default short term. It's gonna set to a default short term, that is 1 year. Like if the user enters, if user does not enters any of these or and put some random number, it's gonna result in invalid term and set it to the default short term, that is 1 year. Then we have a abstract class, that's the get mortgage info, and at the end we have the return values, which is going to be like the formula for to take out the total amount. Moving on to the business mortgage. Over here we have again the business mortgage class in the constructor. Then we have the override function, because these things are going to depend on the user input. The mortgage, like all these things we're going to ask to the user, like the mortgage number, the customer number, amount, interest rate going, term, and the total money owed. Then we have the another for personal mortgage, that's the same thing. Oh yeah, one thing that I missed for the business, like business mortgage, first we're gonna enter in the mortgage, first we're gonna enter like default amount for the interest, and then let's say 10%. For the business mortgage is gonna increase by one, that's gonna be 11%, and for the personal mortgage is gonna increase by 2, that's the, like there's gonna be 12%. So yeah, and at the end we have the driver class for both of these, where we're gonna ask all the user info, enter the, like the prime interest rate, mortgage type, the mortgage type, 1 for business or the 2 for personal, the mortgage number, the customer name. Then we're gonna enter the mortgage amount. If the amount is more than maximum amount, it's gonna say that the mortgage amount exceeds 300k, and it's gonna ask the user if the user wanna re-enter the amount, yes or no. And like this is the short term, long term, mid term, and the long term. This is the option for this. And yeah, here we're gonna ask user for the type of mortgage, business, and 2 is for the one for business and 2 for personal. And if the user enters some invalid number, it's gonna say the invalid mortgage type and skip the, run the program and show you how it works. Interest rate right now is 10%. So mortgage number 1, mortgage type is, let's say number 1 is business, Mortgage number, let's say, is 101. Customer name, mortgage for 100K. Term is for 3 years. Moving on to the next one. Let's say we are taking second mortgage number 2, that's for personal. Mortgage number is 102. Let's say 100K. Mortgage term is 1 year. And let's say again we have one more mortgage, that's number 1. Mortgage number is 103. Amount we can have, and the term is 5 years. So this is how it's gonna display all the information, the details. And yeah, first was the business, so yeah, the interest is 11%. Second was personal, interest is 12%. Third was the business, which is again 11%. So yeah, that's it.